The Akashic records. What are they? How do they work? What benefits do they have? Are the Akashic records too mysterious to grasp? I got you. Let's see how to explain the Akashic records. Imagine you could pick up the phone and dial God. What would you ask? In a nutshell, that is what the Akashic records are, a line to the universe. But perhaps that is too brief of an answer, so allow me to elaborate. The Akashic records that be compared to the cloud, a massive storage unit that contains information about everything that has ever been and will ever be created in this and any other universe. Yep, the multiverse exists. Another analogy commonly used to describe the records is that of a library. However, the records are more similar to the cloud in the sense that, like the cloud, the records are not a physical entity, but rather an energetic field, a dimension, if you will. Where are these records then if they are not physical? Well, everywhere. The Akashic records are everywhere. Every day, you are carrying around with you a copy of your records in an energy center located about 10 to 15 centimeters on top of your head. Said energy center is commonly known as the soul star chakra. As I said, the Akashic library is contained within an energy field made of conscious energy called the Akasha. In the context of the Akashic records, the Akasha is another name for God, the universe, consciousness, the energy we are all made of and that makes up everything, etc. This energy is sentient and conscious. And when something is created or destroyed, a record of the event is placed within the Akashic records. As such, we are not only accessing the records, our very existence is actively contributing to the information we find in the records. Every action, decision, and thought we produce creates a record that becomes part of the Akashic library. So, what would you find if you were to access the Akashic records? For starters, information about you is the first thing you can find. Anything you want to know about yourself, whether as a human, a consciousness, or as a different being in the past, present, or future, you will find it there. Besides your personal record, you can find group consciousness files, such as the one for the human collective or the one for the plants and animals on this planet. You could also access records about the creation of the universe or the history of this planet. You can also find records on specific topics such as how timelines work, the process of reincarnation, the blueprint for the religions of the world, etc. There are records of anything and everything you could imagine. Now, how to go about accessing the Akashic records? Glad you asked. There are different options available to you. I will list some of them here. You could take a course that will teach you how to access them. You could also find a trustworthy guided meditation that will take you to the whole of the Akashic records, or book a reading with a professional Akashic records reader, such as myself, and have your records accessed by them. You could also work on reawakening your intuitive abilities and learn to connect with your higher self and the energy field around you. Let's assume you went with option 3. Have a professional read your records. This is how a reading will go if I were to access your records. The first thing you need to know is that an Akashic Records reading is like running a Google search. The search subject, you of course. The keyword, your name. This allows me, the reader, to go straight into your personal section of the library or cloud where your records are stored. Once in there, we can start asking questions. You can ask anything you want, not only about yourself, but also about the universe, the nature of the soul, the reason why this planet was created, how the human race came into being, or the process of evolution, consciousness follows through time and space, etc. Due to the unlimited amount of information you can access, having a list of questions is helpful. Therefore, you must take some time before the reading to write down the questions you want to ask. If once we start the reading, new questions come up, that's fine. But having an initial list of questions or topics to go through is a must, as that list is what will guide the reading. Depending on your soul's journey and your purpose on this planet, access to some of the information in the Akashic records can be given or restricted. This is rare, but it can happen. If it does, all we need to do is inquire why this information is restricted and how to remove the restrictions. Sometimes the restrictions have been put there by a different version of you rather than by some external force. And all we need to do is work with that other version to help us understand the reason for the restriction and have it help us clear it. Why should you be interested in accessing the Akashic records? Well, the benefits of accessing the records vary from person to person. However, based on my experience reading for myself and my clients, I can say that the number one benefit of a reading is guidance and clarity. Depending on your needs and your questions, sometimes we do soul retrievals during the reading or are guided to break outdated soul contracts. On occasion, clients have also received energetic downloads or retrieved a piece of their soul. What happens during the reading is not something I can predict, but I have mentioned some of the experiences I have had. Do you want a reading but are not sure what to ask? Here are some of the themes I have had the pleasure to explore with my clients. Explore your life's purpose. Get information on past lives. Understand the why behind long-held beliefs or patterns. Break outdated soul contracts. Understand the reason behind some relationship dynamics in your life. Ask for advice on how to improve finances and career opportunities. Inquire about the reason the soul decided to incarnate on this planet. Understand the karma related to ancestors and lineage, and recover soul fragments. That brings us to the end of this episode. Lots of new information, right? So let's summarize. The Akashic records are a dimension, an energetic field that contains information about yourself and the universe. There are different ways through which you can access your records, the easiest of which is to have a professional reader access them for you. The benefits of an Akashic reading vary from person to person. Overall, they can help you clarify doubts about your life, help you understand why certain situations happen, release and understand patterns, recover soul fragments, etc. A reading is more effective if you come prepared with a list of potential questions you want to ask, or at least with a list of the themes you would like to explore. There you have it, the Akashic records in a nutshell. Don't let the myriad of information about the Akashic records intimidate you. The best way to know what they are and how they can help you is by experiencing them. If you would like to know more about the Akashic records, don't hesitate to drop me an email at info@samanthacastro.org or find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube as Samantha Castro Coaching _EN. If you are ready to give the Akashic Records a go and want to book a reading, you will find a link in the description box below. Until next time.